Okay.
I mean, if you're asking me as far as this scene is concerned, there's nothing liberating about it. Okay. As far as, yes, as cinema, as people, we are finally waking up, smelling the coffee and accepting what is going on in the world. Yes, thank God for it. And it's not about liberation. It's about accepting truth. So I don't think it deserves a medal. If somebody accepts what is and respects it, you don't need a medal for that.
Hello everyone, welcome to PeepingMoon.com. I'm Rashita Sahani, and today joining me for a super interesting conversation is Shefali Shah, who recently impressed us all in Human. Hi Shefali, how are you doing? I must say firstly that I watched a few episodes of Human, and it's really a well-made show, and all the parts that I've seen until now look very convincing. So you tell me how is it going with you?
Great. Feeling overwhelmed with the response. Everyone's loving it. Everyone's lapping Gauri on, just loving her. And it's been a risk well paid. And I'm feeling overwhelmed, and it's a lot of gratitude for all the love and respect.
Amazing. And playing a doctor. Now, I was also talking this afternoon, I was talking to Kirti as well. She told me this thing that playing a doctor can sometimes, or playing any professional person, it can be a little pressurizing as well. You have to get a lot of technicalities correctly, and while shooting also, you have to learn a lot of new things. How was it for you?
Yes, there is a responsibility when you're playing something like this, or you're playing a real life character like in Delhi Crime. There is always a responsibility, but it's not just because I'm playing a doctor, but any character that I play, it has to seem logical and real. It's important, because without that, then it doesn't work. If I can't become the character, if there is no truth in it, then it can't work. And yes, there is, of course, being a doctor, you have to remember the medical language. While we were doing the surgery sequence, we had a neurosurgeon present over there who was guiding me through what I had to do. But all of that was in the script. Yes, what I would want to do as an actor is, if I read a medical term, I'd want to Google it immediately and find out what exactly is it, and details about it. But that's me. That's just, I think, I just wanted to know general knowledge. Let's put it that way. But yeah.
Got it. And your character, Dr. Gauri, now a lot of people are loving her for her real nature, and of course she's complicated. She's also unpredictable, if I may say so. But as an actor, was it easy or was it difficult to relate with her?
Once you become the character, there's nothing wrong. It's very easy to, because you are her. You're not. It's not Shefali thinking whether what Gauri is doing is right or wrong. It's in Gauri's place. What she is doing is right for her, and that's good enough. And that is what I want to pursue. The main thing is that she was written like a very strong villain. And I decided to, I read it and I read it a couple of times and I said, yes, of course, this is great. I said, what if I try a completely different approach to her? So whatever her mind is, her physical persona, the way she talks, the way she moves, is so demure, it's so gentle, it's so delicate and vulnerable that the unpredictability of this person only increases. Now, this was a risk I took. This was a risk the directors took, trusting me. And I'm glad it's paid off. I'm glad it's been appreciated and accepted.
Got it. And Also, there's this scene where Kirti and you are kissing, and that has been discussed widely already. Now, what I would want to ask you is that earlier there were so many characters that same sex intimacy scene was, we couldn't even dream about it, because people who were portraying characters like that were really getting bashed. I'm talking about a lot of years earlier, when there were a very few films that were made on these subjects. Now we see that, you know through web or even through films nowadays, we are seeing such strong characters coming out and portraying intimacy, either same sex or opposite, that's fine. But as an actor, does it also feel liberating to you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, if you're asking me as far as this scene is concerned, there's nothing liberating about it. As far as, yes, as cinema, as people, we are finally waking up, smelling the coffee and accepting what's going on in the world. Yes, thank God for it. And it's not about liberation. It's about accepting truth. So I don't think it deserves a medal. If somebody accepts what is and respects it, you don't need a medal for that. I mean, people have just been living under a rock. We have been living under a rock if we didn't want to wake up and realize this is as normal and as natural as anything can be.
Definitely. And talking about, the project, and whenever we hear your name is associated with the project, there's an instant credibility attached to it. And I can say the same for Kirti, who was your co-star in the show. Now, what was it like to, share screen space with her? When I spoke to her, she told all good things about you, of course. And she told that there's a very big mutual respect that you guys share with each other.
Absolutely. I admire Kirti as an actor. I've loved her work. And I'm so glad she was playing Saira. And Gauri and Saira complement each other and contradict each other, which is great. It's a beautiful juxtapose. And I think the chemistry between both of us it's palpable. You can see it. So it's always a pleasure to work with a good actor.
Definitely agree to it. And also that, do you feel that the web space is finally getting a lot of good quality content out for the audiences? Because earlier what I saw was, all of these masala entertainers, of course, Bollywood had good content, but do you think web is now boosting it even more?
Yes, because we are ready to experiment, we are ready to express. Uh, we know that we are not restricted as far as the viewing is concerned, or the competition, or the level of creativity is concerned, to only what happens in our neighborhood, but across the globe. The exposure is so big. Everyone's being pushed to deliver their best. It's not, web is not determined by the box office requirements or permutation combinations, and which is great. So yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Agreed. For example, human only, not many people knew about human just trials. A lot of people are now, of course, knowing about it, and we have not seen a full-fledged show or film on this subject as well. Now, when you came on board, how much of it did you know about, and how much research work did go into it?
Well, I honestly had heard about it, I'd read about it, or seen a one-odd documentary about it, but I did not know the depths and the magnitude of the human drug trials. So when I read the script, it was a shocker. It was a shocker, and I was like, "Oh my God, this happens! Actually happens!" And it was sad, disturbing, overwhelming. And as far as research is concerned, well, the writers and the directors have done tremendous research for the script. It deserves that kind of research. So it's not like I had to go and dig out information which they didn't already know.
Okay. And Shefali, you also, of course, made your directorial debut with Happy Birthday, Mamiji. Firstly, I have to say, I watched the short film with my mom. Both of us loved it, especially the last scene. We discussed it also afterwards, and it was an amazingly made film. Now, having said that, is there any directorial plans in the future as well, or a follow-up film to that?
I definitely want to direct. I definitely want to direct. Whether it's a short or a feature, but I know the kind of time I take to prep for a film.
Yeah.
I realized that when I did Someday and I did Happy Birthday Mama Ji. And right now I'm loving and enjoying my tryst as an actor. So I don't know when I will direct for sure. I know I will, but I don't know when.
Looking forward to it, definitely. And of course, talking about your roles as well in acting, there's something very different in all the roles that you pick. No matter what the length is, or no matter what the story is about, your role always stands out, sort of. So, when you're choosing projects, what is that one thing or the foremost important thing that makes you say yes?
There are three things actually: the script,
Okay.
the role, and the director.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how
Great.
different is it from anything I have played?
Yeah.
How is it going to challenge me? And if a role churns me inside out, I will do it. I don't have calculations. I don't have professional calculations. I work on my gut, my instinct, and my heart.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Shefali. It was a pleasure chatting with you. Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you. Thank you so
Most
much.
welcome.